I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk to folks from the VTuber community about their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We are joined by Starzorz. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I am great. I appreciate you coming in. Could you introduce yourself for the folks, please?
Sure. Well, hi. My name is Starzorz. I am a Neko Shark VTuber, and I am having a wonderful day, and I'm very, very honored to be here, and I hope you're having a wonderful time. You can call me Stars. That's all my friends do.
I appreciate that, Stars. And I tell you, I discovered your channel. I was just kind of surfing around as one does, and I was recommended your channel, and I said, who is this person with so much energy, and with not only that, but with a group of people who are in the chat and following, who are so loyal. I mean, I haven't seen any group of folks who have really been so supportive in every way. Am I right in saying that? Or is it really something that you don't see very often?
I would say you don't. I'm very blessed to have the community that I do. When I started out too, I wasn't expecting it to be so close-knit as we are, but I always say that we're a family, and it really is like that. I know I wanted a close community when I started out, but I'm very happy with how much we rely on each other really throughout anything. If it's emotional, we're there for each other, and if we wanted to even we have game nights and movie nights just to hang out too. We've been through a lot, yeah, and they come in and talk about their days as well. I call them my babies, and yeah, I'm very blessed. I see close communities, but I would say that mine is definitely very special in how close we are.
That is really something to see, and it's great to see with a medium that can turn and get toxic at times. I don't see that at all in your community.
Oh no, I'm very, very blessed to, I know I keep repeating that, but I really am. It baffled me too that I haven't ran into so much toxicity, and to be honest, I think I'm also I think I'm blessed in that sense because of my mods. Mm-hmm. My mods are very on top of everything as well, if any toxicity does come into the community. But I think I also approach toxicity differently than other people. So I think that's a thing as well. But usually whenever or if we get any toxicity, we handle it pretty well, yeah. But we don't see a lot of it.
I don't want to stick on the bad stuff for long, because again, your community, your mods, all of them kind of work together, and it's really amazing to see, and frankly, it's heartening to see when I tune in to watch your streams, even if you're chasing that alien around in Alien Isolation.
Yeah, she's the bane of my existence, Brenda. Brendan, she owns everything. I follow her, and she likes to stalk me. What can I say?
Now, this isn't your first go around with VTubing, is it?
Actually, well, yes, I streamed a little bit, way back in the past, but this character that I have right now, this is my first go through, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you came in a second time and kind of had to reestablish it, didn't you? Did reestablish yourself on the net?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, I ended up taking it a lot more serious. I would say that's what it is. When I had tried streaming like years and years ago, but I had to take a break for myself. I realized that I was not in the right headspace or anything for that, and when I came back after healing from hope it's okay to talk about. From
Absolutely.
healing from my addiction, that's when I decided to come back and I started taking it a lot more serious. And yeah, I wanted to establish myself as like a streamer and like to be actually taken seriously rather than just, a gamer, if that makes sense.
It certainly does, and it's absolutely perfectly all right to mention that as long as you're comfortable with it.
Oh, yes.
I'm not trying to throw people under the bus or anything like this. We're just here to talk about what's going on. Has
Mhm.
coming back into this and with your newer surroundings, has that helped you in the process of recovering?
I think it's made me a lot stronger. And I think I have a handle on myself more. I think that's the biggest focus that I wanted when I came back into this is I wanted to make sure that I was mentally in the right space. And I think with all the work that I've put into myself and that I've also just looked up, and the friends I've also made along the way have helped me get to where I am. And I I wouldn't be here. I'm 100%. I would not have gotten here alone. So it's made me open my eyes a lot more, and it's made me, I think, more resilient. So
Well, it certainly it does to me reflect a lot of courage on your part to
thank you.
well, really to go through something like you've gone through, obviously, and to put yourself in a situation where you're potentially talking to your potential audience is massive, but it's still
Hmm.
putting yourself in front of people and trying to entertain them and this does take a lot of courage to get back on the horse, so to speak.
Oh, it does. Opening up, I mean, it's always like a fear of not wanting. I mean, when you every time you press that live button,
Mhm.
you always like just hope like, oh, okay, hopefully I can make somebody smile today. Hopefully I do my job and I make them. I always say that it's a safe space, and if I can make people smile and make myself smile at the same time, that's a good day for me.
Well, folks, if you need to go check out of one Star's Twitch streams, and we'll talk about how to get a hold of that a little bit later. But really, you have to check it out to see the energy and the synergy that Stars has with the folks who are watching and listening. And I just think it's amazing myself. I really, in my years in radio, and it's been a lot of years, we had situations, of course, where we had people who would be able to go out in front of thousands of people live, but still come in the studio one-on-one interview and not be able to handle a microphone. It's a whole different situation, obviously. With
Mhm.
you, if this was a situation where you were in front of these many people, would you get the same thing out of it that you're doing right now?
You mean like if I was in front of actual people
Right,
or
right. If this was an on-stage type of situation.
oh oof, that's complicated. I think it would be a lot more difficult for me to do what I'm doing now. I used to but way back when I was younger, I used to sing and I performed on stage, and it was when I was just doing that in front of a bunch of people back then, it was it was easier. But I think as time went on and I got older, life hits you, and it became difficult to get up on that stage. And it I think if I did this in front of people now, at least where I am currently, it would be difficult. I still would speak my truth, that wouldn't change. I would still be myself. But definitely that social anxiety aspect comes into play.
Mhm.
And that's why I like VTubing so much more is you do have that kind of barrier, that wall. And you don't have to be so in front of so many eyes. And that's it might be a little bit complicated to explain or differentiate, but at least I don't have the physical eyes looking at me all the time. Whereas I know when I'm streaming, I do have those people looking at me, but at least I do have that safety net of my model, you know.
Absolutely.
And I know that people are getting to know who I am because they actually hear my voice. And I think that's why I like VTubing so much, is because you actually get to know the person deeply, because all you can do, you know, is talk.
That is a great explanation, actually, and I think that it really encapsulates a lot of what folks who are YouTubers are able to do, whether their situation or circumstances, whether some folks are limited to one room of their house and are still able to get out and perform and interact with so many people around the world. It's an amazing opportunity if used the right way.
I completely agree, and yeah, it wasn't only it's not only just for the VTuber as well. You know, like how you were saying earlier, for the community, it does that same effect, and it's really it's an amazing thing.
It really is, and to be able to interact with people, you could be on. I'm in Central Illinois right now. I a little while ago was talking with someone from Hong Kong on this, and when I started in radio, not only would that not be possible because we were on dial-up phones, it would take.
I remember those days.
It would take 1 million dials to get there, but the sound quality would have been awful and would have cost you $1 billion. But the fact that it is made so much easier today is allowing a lot more communication to go through and a lot more opportunities for people to express themselves and to not just an information age, but a communication age.
I agree completely.
Yeah, I think that's true. Now let's get to what you like to do when you're on the net. What is your favorite part about being Starzorz in front of everybody?
Oh God, that's tough. There's just, I mean, I love everything about it, but honestly, just that back and forth and that relationship that I do have with my community is probably what I do love the most, because I just, it's one thing to, you know, to have a bunch of people sit there and watch you game and be like, oh, good shot, or oh, you're so funny. But it's a whole different feeling when you're sitting there and you'll get a message like, hey Stars, I just wanted to say, you know, I was having a really bad day and you've cheered me up, and I just wanted to let you know that I really appreciate you and your streams. And messages like that really just remind me of why I do what I do. And I won't speak so much on his like on his story, because it's not my story to fully tell, but we did have an instance of like a friend that was in our community that got sick, and I remember when he first came into our community, he wasn't sure if he was going to continue treatment and everything like that, and he didn't have anybody, and he was lonely. And I remember he you know, months went forward, I had told him, you know, just that he meant everything here, that he's valid, that his feelings are valid, that he should keep fighting, and that we love him, and that he always will have a place here. And fast forward to now, and he's gotten better, and I'm so happy for him, and I'm happy to see how far he's come, and it was really nice to see.
That is,
and
that's tremendous.
I remember he said thanks to all of us, and that's what I meant by that family, is everybody was just there to support him during that.
That is the best face you could possibly show for what is available through this VTubing community, and yourself. You're showing you have a massive heart, for one thing, already. Just in the few minutes we've been talking to you. But really, this has got to be so fulfilling to know that you're filling not only your own, need to want to go out there, but other people's needs as well.
hmm it yeah, humans, I always had heard this, before, like humans are social creatures, and before I was always like, what are you talking about? No, I don't need anybody, blah, blah, blah. But really they are, and if I can help anybody with that loneliness that like I felt for years and years, then yeah, that's good for me. And I know I'm doing what I wanted to do.
I think folks are starting to realize too when they get started in a career or some folks it's a hobby, some folks it's a career of VTubing, that they are. I kind of compare them to the old disc jockeys in a way, where anybody could tune in to an old radio station and hear the same songs. Someone could go in and see somebody playing different games online. It's the personalities that go along with it that bring people back and have people stick around, and the types of welcoming that they get when in this community. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why you have such a devoted following.
Oh yeah, you always hear that statement. No one snowflake is alike, or like not. They're all different. Like no VTuber is alike. You'll always see, depending on a game, depending on the VTuber, you'll always get something different, no matter what channel you go into. Yeah,
that's exactly right. And again, don't hang around and throw shade on the channel. If you don't like it, tune into something else.
There's no way that you can't find something you're not into.
Yeah, there's
so many different flavors, if you will.
That's for sure. What is your goal for this year? What do you want to do with the channel and what you're doing on VTubing right now?
Oh, I'm trying to get out, hopefully my first batch of merch. That was always my 2024 goal. Mm-hmm. I had written down a few New Year's resolutions. I'm hoping to get out a couple more designs, hoping for the new model to come out this year, like crossing my fingers. I've been working really hard on designing them. My model is completely designed by me and drawn by my art mama. And I'm hoping to get that out this year. I think every VTuber's goal every year is to grow. And I do want that. I'm hoping to hit partner, crossing my fingers. That's always been a goal. But I think just out of everything is I really just want to keep having fun. And I want to just... I tell myself that I just want to keep being happy. I was in a dark place for a very long time, and that's the one thing I always just tell myself. I want VTubing to make sure, like, I want to make sure that I'm still happy. Because that's always my goal. Every year, as long as I make sure that I'm doing what doesn't push me backwards, as long as I'm moving forward, then I'm doing what I want to do. Which is kind of vague, I guess, but I'm really not I'm not really a person that plans a whole bunch. If I kind of just play it by ear, and I think just my goal, is just to continue to do what I love and continue being happy myself and making others happy.
Well, I'll tell you this, online, you're, and I imagine in person too, you're larger than life, and you're dragging a lot of people with you forward. And this is
I would hope.
Well, I think it's absolutely true. You see it in the comments and from what you just related to us. It is for folks. It is absolutely a treat to go to Starz's stream and see how the interaction is. First of all, you're not going to find anybody with any more energy online. That ain't gonna happen. Plus the absolute, while I wouldn't have an 8-year-old watching.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not a good idea, but the actual interaction is very I would say heartwarming in how the community responds and how you respond to the community. And I'm just hoping, for one, that it just gets bigger and bigger and more people get involved, and that family of yours gets bigger every day.
Yeah, that's what we want. We love having more people join our family. I mean, I think Dom Toretto would be proud. You know, Dom would want to be part of it himself, I think.
Absolutely. So I tell you, 20 minutes has just flown with you on this. I hope I can have you back
Dang.
sometime and we talk some more. But for folks who want to get involved, involved watching the stream and also get involved on the Discord, can you let folks know how to get there?
For sure. I think everything stems from my Twitter. My Twitter is sadly at Kittenzorz because somebody took that Starzorz name, but I'm trying to get it back. And then on from there you can find my Twitch, which is Starzorz as Starzorz.
Yep.
And from there, you'll see the Discord link, and from the Discord link, you can join our family. We call it the Cardboard Box, and it's pretty magical. We have movie nights, and we talk there, and we have vent channels, art channels, share whatever you want, because I want to get to know you guys.
She's an amazing person, really, and really an amazing person who is contributing great things to the VTuber community. Starz, thank you so much for coming on with me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.